It's Week 18 of the 2024 season. And up next are the Texans' sure-handed tight end. No shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Texans and the Titans on EA Sports.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, welcoming you to another week of NFL football. And, partner, this is kind of a chess match game because you've got two teams that have the same strength, and that's running the football. Both top 5 in the league as far as the ground attack is concerned. So I'll be curious to see what, if any, wrinkles they try to throw at each other.
And this one, I think, will resemble a track meet at times because with all the running we're going to see, if these backs whip off a couple of big runs in the early going, that could really key this ball game. This is going to be exciting to watch unless you're a defender trying to put one of those guys on the ground.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Nashville. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Let's do it. Here we go. Right here.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Henry again on second down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
That was a first third down try of the game, and clearly something was wrong in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. That escapes the sack, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, I think we've just become accustomed to thinking fade in the end zone, but here they're showing it doesn't have to be down near the goal line.
No, it can be effective on any part of the field, provided you give yourself enough space to do exactly what you just said. Fade towards the sideline and away from a defender, and if you get a well-thrown ball, you've got a successful play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Tannehill. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Alert, flash, hey, check.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all, and you and I both know this about this division. It's been wide open and extremely competitive, and it was again this year. So for a team to come away with a division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The Texans at 9-7 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver, that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. To throw is Turner. Going to throw again. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. The left side completion to Jones. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Hooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Here's Tannehill. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Second down at 4. Now it's Tannehill. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Titans have retaken the lead. Extra point and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And here's Turner on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They begin with Henry, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now Turner on 1st and 10. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Turner throwing on 1st down. There again is Cooks, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping it. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered theirs. That throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And they'll run again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 40 now on second down. Tannehill under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Chase Young, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. Back to throw here. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper?
Under pressure, they got him again. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. He's got a man, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start with one of the best rivalries in the NFL. Dallas on the road in our nation's capital. And that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Cardinals out on top. Kyler Murray accounting for both their scores with a pair of first-half touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit.
And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return will stop right around the 25. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. A first down carry for Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Tannehill looking to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Well, with them trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And now they're in the hurry up. Throwing on first down. Turner. And his throw is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Off the play fake. Turner crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. On third down, Harrington. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now a throw to the end zone on the 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Turner now to throw on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now Hill to return it. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. That punt returned 66 yards, and it goes the distance. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
And he's got some space here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 90 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Henry up the middle. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Sanders' kick is good, and with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. His 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down. It's hit. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. 20, 10. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Sanders on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Houston set to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Caught on the right side by Jones. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll find Jones again, complete.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
He completes it to Jones.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll look to throw again. Complete to Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. Back to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there, a 12-yard loss on first and goal.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player, one of the best individual efforts of the season.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Off play action, Turner.
Finds his go-to man again, Jones.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The offense on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Again, it's Henry, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Forced out to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
And this returnable for Hill.
A good return there, 17 yards.
And the Texans will take over.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Turner. Caught by Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Off play action. Turner. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Down inside the 40.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. 2nd and 6. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick, and the Titans have just about sewn up this football game.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So this one, a Tennessee